I was listening to a podcast, and if the person that said this on the podcast hears this, I want to give you all the credit. But what he had said was, we have a culture of starting things, not a culture of finishing things. And it's been kind of my rallying cry over the last 2 to 3 weeks. And that's why I wanted to circle back on something that I found really important at the end of last year. In a book called The Gap and the Gain, which we've talked about before, there was a point in that book where he talked about how he lived in the gain and not in the gap. And the way that he did that was he would ask himself 5 questions every 90 days as opposed to waiting for a whole year. That way he could take an inventory in the moment of where he was at. Those 5 questions are obviously, what have you accomplished in the last 90 days? What are you proud of? What things did you do? The second thing is, where will you be in 90 days? What are the next things that you want to accomplish? And then from there, you have to push out, where are you going to be in a year? Where am I going to be in 3 years? What's interesting is oftentimes when we set goals, we only look at them once a year. But the reality is, in order to be successful, we've got to look at them all the time. And we've got to take the big things that we're trying to accomplish, push them down into small tasks, and then reward ourselves for the work that has been accomplished. If you're like me, you've probably accomplished way more than you thought in the last 90 days. And because of that, you should stop, pause, take inventory of it, and make sure that you celebrate that. And then you should think about what you can accomplish in the next 90 days. Life is a marathon, but it requires us to be disciplined in the moments in order to be successful. So hopefully this helps you. The Gap and the Gain is a great book. And if you've started something and you haven't finished it, it's okay. But let's become a culture and a people that finishes tasks and finishes these things that we start, as opposed to just starting a bunch of stuff and never getting to the end line. We appreciate you. If this content is helpful or valuable for you, please like the video, and you can also subscribe. We share as much stuff as we can with things that are either on our heart or within the market that we want to make sure that we can pass on to you. Hopefully you're doing well. Reach out to us anytime. We're always here to help you out. Talk to you soon.